Magandang gabi po sa lahat ng nanonood ng sikat masyado na istasyon na ito. Good evening, everyone.
Attorney Torio, akala ko nasa San
San
Francisco,
Francisco.
ka.
Nakasalpo. Ako din
Ano lang yan, nasa background lang po yan.
Nakabackground. Hindi, attorney, before natin busisiin yung talakayan sa naging desisyon, yun munang, of course, isa kayo sa mga nagsulong nito, no? At nag-file. So, yun munang reaction ninyo after that decision from the Supreme Court, yung may finality.
Of course, we are happy that the MR was denied and it affirmed that our arguments were solid and we were affirmed by the Supreme Court. Masaya po kami. Yun nga lang, sana na-wish namin na after na sana ng February 6 yung promulgation. Pero nandyan na yan, so we should celebrate kasi at least akala namin matagal pa, nandyan na yan. So we are happy with this development.
So follow-up ko yun, Attorney Torion. Kung sakali sana na it went beyond nung doon sa Feb 6 na yon, bakit magiging mas masaya sana kayo?
Well, as a practicing lawyer, pwede naman siguro isabi na we could have used it as an additional argument that it is still pending in the Supreme Court and therefore we can utilize the rulings of the Supreme Court that when a matter is still under consideration by the highest court of the land, then lower bodies, by analogy, likewise the House of Representatives should exercise the becoming modesty to await the ruling of the highest court of the land. But then again, that's water under the bridge,
yes.
And we should take it on a positive note simply because of the fact that there is now clear guidance as to what to do in impeachment cases.
Nako, sige. Paki-expand nga yun. Expound po yung punto na yun, attorney. Kasi kung matatapos na pala yung 1-year bar kay VP Sara, bakit importante pa rin yung lumabas na desisyong ito ng Supreme Court?
Well, at least meron tayong guidance kung anong gawain. Merong at least guide na ngayon kasi noon the first applicable ruling was Francisco versus House of Representatives, which, if my memory serves me right, decided on 2003. And then nandun yung Gutierrez versus House of Representatives, 2011 naman yun. And doon kasi nakasaad doon when is an impeachment complaint deemed initiated, and it was clearly decided in the Gutierrez case that it is deemed decided when it is deemed initiated, rather it is deemed initiated when it is filed in the House of Representatives and transmitted to or referred to the Committee on Justice. The date upon which the complaint is initiated and referred to the Committee of Justice shall operate as the effective date upon which the 1-year bar rule shall be counted. Ngayon kasi, ang nangyari dito sa kaso namin, kay VP Sara, nandun lang sa Secretary General. Tinulugan po yung first 3 impeachment complaints. Ngayon, it's very clear na meron palang additional reckoning upon which to count the 1-year bar rule. Pag hindi yun inaksyonan within 10 session days, it may also start the counting of the 1-year bar rule, or kung na-aksyonan na yun, nandun na sa the complaint has already been referred to the to the Committee on Justice, kung hindi yun ma-refer nga sa Committee on Justice, mag-count na rin yung 1-year bar rule. Tsaka mayroon pang pang-tatlo. Kailangan na no articles of impeachment are transmitted to the Senate before the House of Representatives adjourns sine die. So, meaning na yung initiation of an impeachment complaint must occur during the term of Congress. Parang yung balag ruling, in-affirm ng Supreme Court dito na pag mag-initiate ka ng impeachment complaint of a particular Congress, for example, the 20th Congress, dapat makarating yan sa Senado na nandun pa rin yung Congress na iyon. Parang ganun po ang additional na teaching po ng Supreme Court po dito. At saka marami pang mga ibang bagay. Dinifferentiate na may two kinds of impeachment dito, two classes. Number one, those which are referred under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 2 and 3 of the 1987 Constitution. Yun yung may private complainant na nag-file ng impeachment complaint at saka inendorso ng miyembro ng House of Representatives or miyembro ng House of Representatives yung complainant. Yun yung what you call this, first mode, at saka yung third mode, yung second mode rather, ay yung meron ng 1/3 ng members ng House of Representatives na nagka-agree na mag-file sila ng impeachment. Dinesisyon na at kinlaro ng Korte Suprema dito na sundin yung House rules nila under Rule 2 Section 2 na dadaan pa rin sa Committee on Justice. Dadaan pa rin sa Committee on Justice maski 1/3, mayroon kang 1/3. Why? Para ma-determine kung verified ba talaga yung complaint in accordance with the 1987 Constitution, para ma-determine na din kung may kopya ba lahat ng mga congressmen at na-assess ba nila yung kaso. Kasi para alam nila yung ginagawa nila at nabasa talaga nila yung complaint in accordance with due process. Parang yun ang at marami pang konti-konti pang itinuro sa atin ng Korte Suprema kung ano ang dapat gawain.
Attorney, si Chiqui Berhelto, sabi nyo nga po no, na ang desisyon po ng Supreme Court ay kailangan, sinasabi ay dadaan pa rin sa Committee on Justice kahit may 1/3 vote ng House of Representatives. Pero po, yung ibang mga news articles no, na lumalabas about the decision of the Supreme Court ay nadagdagan daw yung steps. So, ibig sabihin nyo po ba, itong steps na supposedly dinagdag, talagang nandyan na po dapat? Kasi sabi nyo po kanina...
Nandyan na.
So,
actually,
hindi siya dagdag?
Hindi tama yun, hindi tama. Kasi kung basahin mo yung House of Representatives po, ako naman ay ordinaryong abogado lamang ng taga-probinsya, no? Although nagtuturo ako ng batas, matagal na. Makikita mo kung basahin mo yung anong tawag dito, yung rules of procedure nila. Section 2, anong nakasaad doon, no? Impeachment shall be initiated by the filing and subsequent referral to the Committee of Justice. Regardless as to whether you file it in the first mode, yung individual House of Representatives member or ordinary citizen upon a resolution of endorsement by a member of the House of Representatives or 1/3 vote. Kasi may punto din ang Korte Suprema dito, hindi ito additional process. It is already a process stated in the House rules mismo. Kasi kinakailangan na i-verify pa rin ng Committee on Justice kung verified nga, kung nabigyan ba talaga ng lahat ng members ng House of Representatives ng kopya ng complaint, at saka kung sakali katulad ng kaso na ito, kung meron ng na-file at na-refer na sa Committee on Justice at saka i-refer na rin doon sa plenary para mabigyan yung Committee on Justice ng option din na i-consolidate ito before it is transmitted to the plenary for approval again and transmitted to the Senate thereafter.
So at the end
Yun
of
po
the
ang
day
rason.
po, attorney, meron po ba talagang dinagdag na steps or wala? Parang in-emphasize lang po yung mga nandun na.
Baski basahin nila yung House of Representatives Rules on Procedure under Rule 2 Section 2. Nakasaad po dun. Kasi nandun na po na kailangan talagang dumaan sa Committee on Justice. And yung maski na 1/3 vote, clarify lang dito sa Supreme Court yung step na iyon. Hindi po totoo na nagdagdag yung Korte Suprema. Kailangan lang nila basahin ng maigi na walang bias. Na kailangan na maging objective kasi it is already in accordance or stated in the rules of procedure of the House of Representatives. Matagal ko na yung ina-argue na walang dinagdag. Nandun na yan sa rules of procedure, clarify lang ng Korte Suprema. Kasi tama nga naman. Kung 1/3, meron ng grupo na nagkaroon lang sila ng numbers kasi siguro meron na silang intindihan kung ano man yung cause ng pagkakaintindihan. Hindi na natin speculate kasi unfair din sa kanila, no? Maski anong duda natin na nabayaran sila, huwag nating sabihin yan kasi mali yan, wala tayong ebidensya niyan. Pero kinakailangan kasi na i-verify pa rin ng Committee on Justice. Verified ba talaga yan? Lahat ba ng mga miyembro ng House of Representatives, maski na yung hindi nagpirma? Kasi we should remember that yung sabi ni Alexis de Tocqueville nung the tyranny of majority, no? 1/3 nga lang yan eh. So kinakailangan na mabigyan mo rin ng kopya yung ibang mga miyembro. Tapos pangatlo, katulad sa kaso na ito, merong previous cases na kailangan din i-consider. So bigyan nila ng i-exercise yung authority ng Committee on Justice to what? No? To respect the committee's prerogative to consolidate different formulations of the complaint, if any, so that only one complaint nga is endorsed to the plenary for transmittal to the Senate. Yun po ang rason.
Okay, sige po. Marami pong salamat sa inyo, Attorney Israelito Torion. Thank you, sir.
Salamat po.
attorney.
Salamat po. Okay.